My name is Robert Bigham, and I've always been a visual thinker. As a child, I found myself drawn to patterns. I'd pore over them for hours at a time, admiring their simplicity, their beauty. There was something I found so irresistible about them, I couldn't pull myself away. Before long, I was seeing patterns everywhere. I began to think in patterns, speak in patterns, behave in patterns. The doctors don't understand me. They used to say that I exhibit autistic behavior, that I may have obsessive-compulsive disorder, or worse. But the truth is, I find patterns enormously relaxing. I take comfort in their order, repetition, and predictability. With patterns, there is never any doubt or uncertainty. I'm always sure that I can anticipate the next image in the sequence. Maybe that's why I was drawn to the gas mask killings. It all began when I read about the victims in the paper. Each one had been strangled and positioned on the ground in exactly the same way. In each case, a man wearing a gas mask was seen fleeing the scene, but the victims were also different. Where was the pattern of the murders? A wave of anxiety swept over me. There had to be something that connected them to each other. Something I was missing. Upscale neighborhoods, downscale neighborhoods, different ages, genders, ethnicity, hair color, eye color. The deeper I looked, the more dissimilar the victims appeared. I grew more and more uneasy. The puzzle was all I could think about. I couldn't tear my mind away from it, and it began to consume me. I waited for inspiration in my daily routine. I went to my usual cafe, sat in my usual seat, and ordered my usual food. Tranquility flowed through me and I began to relax. But then I noticed something different, something new. And suddenly everything clicked and it was beautiful. The jigsaw puzzle was snapping together and I was caught up in a fury of excitement. Why hadn't I seen it before? This was no coincidence. The constellation was a perfect mathematical match for the murders. At last I had found the pattern, but the drawing was incomplete. One dot was still missing, and it was positioned over my neighborhood. Now there were 431 potential victims. I had to narrow it down. I searched for a new pattern in addresses, street names, architecture, but nothing was matching up. The uneasiness crept back into my mind. I called the police, but they thought I was some paranoid nut. They said they had everything under control and that I needn't worry. But I couldn't sleep. My mind was burning with questions. What detail was I missing? Who was the seventh victim? Could the killer be coming for me? I turned to my rituals for comfort, but they were unable to relieve my growing anxiety. Could there be something in the victims' names? Something I hadn't seen before? A pattern or an anagram? He'd been watching me the whole time, mocking me from the darkness, waiting for a time to strike. I had to get out of here. My name is Robert. I found a gas mask. No. It's not possible. There had to be something connected to jigsaw puzzle. Stop. Something that was not possible to the gas mask. It's not possible for the gas mask. No. Stop. Stop. Each one had been strangled. Make it stop.